Imagine a place called the Kingdom of Judah. It was a land of huge stone temples, vast deserts, and kings who had to make very difficult choices. We're going to look at 3 specific kings from this ancient world. Each one of them ran into a problem so big it could have ruined their entire kingdom. Now think about a 9-year-old getting ready for school today, grabbing their backpack and heading out the door. At first, it's hard to see how a king in a crown with thousands of soldiers has anything in common with a student dealing with a messy locker or a tricky question at recess. But here's the thing. Those kings felt the exact same fear, pride, and pressure to get along with others that we feel today. Because those feelings haven't changed in thousands of years, these ancient stories can help us see our own lives in a whole new way. This map shows King Jehoshaphat's problem. 3 enemy nations, the Ammonites, Moabites, and Edomites, were all marching toward his home at once. Completely surrounded, instead of panicking or finding weapons, he gathered his people at the temple. He offered an honest prayer, telling God they had no power against the army. He finished by saying, "Our eyes are upon thee." The answer came back right away. God told them not to be afraid or worried because he would protect them. And he did. He fought the battle for them, so they didn't have to. Jehoshaphat's story shows us that when we feel like trouble is coming at us from every side, our real strength comes from admitting we need help and looking up for it. King Uzziah started out doing a great job, spending years building his kingdom strong and steady, just like a tower of solid blocks. But as his success went up, his humility started to go down. He began to think that because he was so successful, the rules didn't apply to him anymore. He let his pride take over. He walked into the temple to do a sacred job that was only for the priests, even though God had said very clearly that kings weren't supposed to do it. Because his heart was lifted up, his whole life came crashing down. That single moment of pride led to a sudden end to his reign. It's a reminder that it doesn't matter how much you've accomplished. Pride can ruin everything the moment you forget who gave you the strength to build in the first place. Later on, King Hezekiah decided to host a massive Passover celebration. It was a special time to thank God, but it hadn't been done the right way for a long time. Hezekiah did something brave. He invited people from a rival kingdom to celebrate in Jerusalem, trying to build a bridge between former enemies. When the guests arrived, there was a problem. Many didn't know the specific celebration rules and hadn't washed themselves as the old laws required. Hezekiah didn't get angry or tell them they had to leave. Instead, he prayed for them and welcomed them anyway, showing them kindness even though they didn't know the right way to act yet. He showed that being a peacemaker means caring more about the people standing in front of you than you do about a list of technical rules. If we look closely, we can see these 3 ancient kings in the mirror every single day. You might not be facing 3 armies, but you might feel surrounded when you have a huge test coming up, or when it feels like a group of friends is gaining up on you. When that happens, you can follow Jehoshaphat's lead. Stop, pray, and trust that God will help you get through it. Or maybe you just won a big game or got the best grade in the whole class, and you feel like you're the most important person in the room. That's the time to remember Uzziah. Stay humble and remember the people who helped you get there, so your block tower stays standing. And when a new kid shows up at school who doesn't know where to sit or how things work, you're in the same spot Hezekiah was. You can choose to be a peacemaker by skipping the judgment and offering them a seat and a friendly smile instead. The choices those kings made long ago are the same choices we make every single day. When we follow their best examples, we can lead our own lives with faith, humility, and kindness.